Let's have some fun with this one here. Boomer Esiason is counting how much Sam Darnold makes and the Super Bowl champions or players make going to play the Super Bowl in San Francisco, and it's called the Jock tax. If you're not aware of it, this video is not going to want to make you go play in the NFL and move and play in California because they tax the shit out of you. Go ahead and play this clip.
For winning the Super Bowl, the winning team, each player gets $178,000. In other words, the Super Bowl isn't a part of their salary. And because the game was played in California, and California has a jock tax, and they look at duty days, so each team spends 7 days in the state of California. So those are 7 duty days, and they pierce your regular salary at 3.5%. So he has to pay, when you take into account he got the $178,000 plus his overall salary, he has to pay the state of California for spending 7 days there $249,000.
That's just so stupid.
I mean,
Yeah,
it really is.
it ends up.
money playing the Super Bowl.
No, keep playing it, Rob. Keep playing it. What happened to the audio, guys?
That's just so stupid.
I mean,
Yeah,
it really is.
but it ends up costing him $71,000 to go play in California. Now, if I'm the NFLPA, now you got to remember, it's probably even more than that because since he's in Seattle, he's playing against San Francisco 49ers. That's another day he's there. And he's playing against the LA Rams. That's another day he's there. So he's probably had like 9 or 10 duty days, or maybe even more than that in the state of California. So if I'm the NFLPA, I'm like, hey, we're not playing any more Super Bowls in
Bingo.
In California. We're just not doing it.
Can you imagine that, Tom? Your thoughts?
Well, you know what? This is where opportunity meets tax. Dems saw an opportunity and they tax them. They say, wait a minute, these millionaire, athletes. Boomer Esiason played in Cincinnati. He's from Cincinnati and he's coming here for a business trip. I don't get taxed on a business trip. I go to business trips. You on business trips to all kinds of places. We went to Washington, D.C. We had to conduct business there. We've conducted business in New York. They don't call us on the phone and say, excuse me, were you here for 2 days staying at a hotel? Did you do a contract there? Did you do something there? They don't do it to us. These guys are on business trips. He's based working for a company called the Cincinnati, he's in Seattle. That's where his employer is, the Seahawks. He works for a company in Seattle. That's where they are. They're incorporated. But because he goes on business trips, they tax him. That's why it's called the Jock tax. This is opportunistic. It shouldn't be there. There is not a CMO tax. There's not a CFO tax. There's not a sales director tax that every time a sales director conducts business in some other place. If he works for
Tom, don't give him ideas.
No, some states will do that to you. Technically, my understanding is you technically have to pay taxes in states where you go visit while you're.
I'll go bad money. I'll just do it and spend it. Mi dinero es mine. But this has always bothered me.
Peter, where are you at with this?
Because other businesses, it doesn't happen.
Look, I can't believe that they're playing next year's Super Bowl in California too, given these dynamics. I mean, if I were the NFL, I wouldn't have any of these games in any states that have a tax like that. I don't even know constitutionally, because he's actually being taxed not just on the income that he earned playing the Super Bowl. I can understand if they want to say, look, you actually played the game in California, so we're going to impose our income tax on your earnings on the game only. But to go back and say, we're going to tax all of your earnings all throughout the year just because you were here, I mean, I don't even see how that's constitutional for them to be able to do that. But look, I mean, California is a high tax state. They're trying to continue to find more ways to bleed the population. And when they can't bleed their own population, they try to get other people that happen to be traveling through California. Look, maybe you should avoid the state completely. Just don't even go in there for a business trip. You never know what kind of thing you can get roped into. In fact, now a lot of the taxes that they're talking about, even if you leave the state, they want to tax you for 10 years after you're gone. So you can't even escape.
Luke.
Yeah, it's a rough one. They, it would, if I was an athlete, I would frustrate me, especially given these guys have limited playing careers, particularly in the NFL. But they do this everywhere. I mean, it's an opportunity. And look, the bigger, I think, macro picture is a lot of these states and are because as lots of other places do this, right? Like it's very easy. Hey, I know what you make. Your contract is public information for a lot of these guys, and I know exactly when you arrive. I know exactly when you leave. You're on the schedule here. It's someone was telling me that the Major League Baseball teams, like the players' tax returns are like that thick because they play 162 games, and so we know you're in New York for 6 days. We know you're in Boston for 6 days. We know you're in Minneapolis for 8 days, and we know exactly when you were there. And so they have to. So literally, they have state tax returns for all these.
Yeah, look at all the
Ohtani
costs.
deferred his payment.
They got to pay their accountant to file all this.
Oh yeah.
No wonder.
Yeah. So it is a.
These Dodgers, let me tell you, the Dodger fans, they're just weird people.
And by the way, does capitalism, Pat, let me interview you. Doesn't capitalism always find a way?
Yes.
The Ohtani contract is just the beginning. I said 6 months ago, I said, you know what I think could happen? You could have a Dodger player that says, I'll play at home for nothing. Just pay me my whole contract in 2035, or I'll be retired in Florida. But I will play for nothing my home games. So in California, what? No, I play for nothing. As a matter of fact, I'll play for nothing, all year, which is basically what Ohtani did.
Yeah. It's like a version of the Bobby Bonilla contract, right?
Was there a question there? I said, I'm going to ask you. There's
No.
I'm
sorry, I'm sorry. No,
shout out to Danker415 who said this is why Ohtani has deferred paid out. But no, I think for me, if I'm a player, I'm going to be like, guys, can we, and if I have some pull, guys, Super Bowl, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, what else you got? Give me another one. Definitely not Puerto Rico. We're not going to Puerto Rico because those guys don't believe in security. Who else you got?
Seattle, there's no income tax in the state of Washington.
Okay, Seattle, Vegas, Nevada. You got a couple of these places.
That's a great state.
But I'm not going back to this place. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.